When we wake up in the morning and put our kids on the bus and send them to school, we trust the school to make sure that our children are protected. A few weeks back, we did a case on a little girl by the name of Renia Wright that was beaten up in school and sent to the hospital where she later died from critical condition. This investigation is still open, and the school, no answers. Have a listen.
Renia Wright demanding answers. The 10-year-old died 2 days after a fight inside of her South Carolina classroom with another student. Authorities still have not revealed the cause of that death. Here's ABC's Zachary Keish.
Tonight, the family of 10-year-old Renia Wright breaking their silence, demanding answers for why the 10-year-old died days after a fight in her South Carolina school.
I sent my child to school feeling like she can be protected while she's not in my care anymore. I want to know everything, and they didn't have no answers for me at all.
On March 25th, Renia was involved in a fight with another fifth-grade girl. Renia's condition so severe, she was unresponsive and in critical condition when she was taken to a Charleston hospital where she died 2 days later. The other girl has been suspended, and police say there was no weapon used in the fight. As memorials grow, her family and concerned parents have raised questions about the way the incident was handled and the lack of information officials and the school have released.
The school failed. They don't want to admit that they failed. You know, they don't want to own up to what's going on right now, but you just can't take everything and sweep it under the rug. We talk about a 10-year-old girl.
An autopsy has been done, but officials say it could take several weeks before they get the results back, leaving this family increasingly frustrated as they deal with the loss of their little girl.
All right, so before we move on to more news that I want to share with you, interesting topics, to be exact, let's talk about this little girl for a minute, and let's talk about the school that she went to. You know, as one gentleman said, you know, he feels like they're just trying to sweep it under the rug. And I can totally see, you know, how that can definitely look and how it does look. But the bottom line is this. First of all, we need an autopsy. We need the results of the autopsy. That's going to, you know, give a little bit of, you know, more of a clear view on exactly how did it happen. And I mean, it's obvious, you guys, the girl, she got beat up so bad. That's how it happened. And it shouldn't be, we shouldn't have to wait on results before, you know, more is done. Bottom line, this other kid beat the crap out of this other girl, and there needs to be more than just, oh, well, you're suspended. The police need to do more. The school needs to do more. And you know what? The mother, a victim of her daughter losing her life because of two kids fighting and it becoming so bad that's the result. The mother losing her daughter. And the schools should be given this mother, this parent, 100% support. No questions asked. Hands down. It is your responsibility when the kids are in your school to make sure things like this doesn't happen. And I get it. They can't have cameras in the bathroom. But they should have hall monitors. They should have people that are looking out for these kind of things to happen. It's not like, you know, they're a school where, oh, well, this stuff doesn't happen, so we didn't have nobody to, you know, check out what was going on. And how did no one hear about the fight? How did no one hear the fight? It couldn't have been some quiet fight. So where was everybody? Where was the adults? And why didn't anybody else run and get a teacher, run and get a security or someone? So give me your feedback on this, you guys. What do you think? What do you think should happen from here? And what do you think should have happened when it went down? And to the mother and the family of this beautiful little girl that lost her life, all of us here at the lounge will be keeping you in our thoughts and prayers. Okay? Let's move on. Now we're going to talk about something a little different. We're going to talk about a state that evidently there's just a whole lot of problems going on. And I want you guys to listen to this. Have a listen.
Nonprofits, city and county budgets, police calls to homeless camps, hospital services, building tiny houses, drug treatment and outreach. Picking up needles, clearing out camps, garbage details, chain link fencing. And the more money we throw at the problem, the worse it gets. But of course, what is happening in King County and on the streets of Seattle isn't about dollars. It's about human lives. How can this be the right thing to do? How can watching human beings live and die in filth and degradation and madness be right? The cost isn't $1 billion a year. The cost is quality of life. The cost is people not wanting to take their families downtown anymore. Families not feeling safe in their own neighborhoods. The cost is people no longer feeling like they are heard, no longer feeling protected. The cost is people dying in the streets and the rest of us getting used to seeing it, numb to the suffering. The cost is incalculable. How did we get to this point? This is a list of familiar faces, repeat offenders, people who break the laws, get caught, get released, and break the laws again and again and again. There are 100 names on the list. Scott Lindsay is the man who dived into public records and researched the list.
If we take somebody into the jail, don't give them meaningful help, and then put them right back out on the streets, we know they're going to commit the same crimes in the same places. And our public records, our criminal justice records, really show that that's exactly what's happening.
Look at the sheer volume of criminal cases. Calvin A., 68 criminal cases since 2002, repeated random assaults on random individuals. Drainen B., 54 criminal cases since 2016. Michelle C., 72 cases since 2000. Seattle's mayor says this:
it is wrong to conflate homelessness with a rise in crime.
For at least 100 people, it would at the very least appear to be a factor.
Of the 100 that you looked at, what percentage of them were homeless?
Yeah, from our criminal justice records, 100% had indicators that they were currently homeless.
And what percent showed signs of addiction?
Yeah, 100% also showed signs of a substance use disorder.
And what percent were mentally ill?
Yeah, a little less than half had been evaluated by the courts formally for mental health conditions, serious, severe mental health conditions.
On average, the people on the list had 36 criminal cases each in the state of Washington and 7 jail bookings in the last year.
What this report also shows is that the police are working hard. They're making contacts, they're making arrests for criminal behaviors of, again, the same people in the same places over and over and over. What I think we need to focus on is what is our criminal justice system doing to support those police officers.
You know, being a student in criminal justice, I can fully understand both sides of the view here. I can understand it from the criminal justice side, and I can also understand from the other side as well. Now, the mayor was saying, look, not all homeless people are the problem. Now, do I agree that they're not a problem? Not necessarily. But if my city, if I was in control, if I had a choice or a say in the matter, if my city had a problem with homeless people on our streets, sleeping on the side of the road, out in front of businesses, in the alleys, I would want to pinpoint some programs to help them. Now, some might say you can't help them. Homeless people are usually alcoholics and druggies and all this. That's right. They are alcoholics. They are addicted to drugs. Some are also just having bad luck in their life. They went through a bad marriage and a divorce took everything they had, and they didn't do things to change where they're at. So what do we do for these homeless people? What do we do? Do we turn our heads? Obviously not, because when we turn our head, that is what happens. So let's not just turn our head. Let's try to help these people. This is my city, my people. It's up to me to help them or not. I want to help them. So you say, okay, what can we do to help them? We put programs together that's designed to get them in a shelter, off the street, into a program that is going to help them get away from the alcohol or the drugs. Look, if it's our city, can we not make a law that says if you're homeless, we're not going to shut you out, but we're going to make you follow the law just like everyone else. And we're going to make you take responsibility for your life. We're going to make you take ownership of what needs to be done for you to improve your life. If you cannot improve it yourself, we are going to push you to improve it. Because obviously, you don't have the means to follow any type of structure in your life. Not one little thing. Because if you did, you might not be homeless anymore. And you might be a homeless person that maybe you are doing things to try and improve your life and it's just taking time. Then we give you thumbs up for that. But if not, can we not set some laws? We say, okay, if you live in our city, and that counts on the street, you're living on the street, you're still in our city, you are required to go through these programs. We got to make them go through these programs. If we don't, it's never going to change. And if we push them to go through the program, yeah, they might not agree with it. And they might try to fight it and all that. But while in the program, if we're giving them positive things and positive people, it very well could help them. But are we doing that? That's the question. So that's kind of how I look at the homeless thing. Let's move on.
The 100 names had between them more than 3,600 criminal cases. For the most part, few have done serious time. They are out in our communities, walking our streets. The drain on the system, the drain on resources and manpower is incalculable.
The fact that this system could go on with, in effect, a 100% failure rate for so long without anybody raising questions, without City Council hosting hearings, without any action being taken, is something that it's hard for me to explain.
So before we move on, I would like to get your opinion. So go down below, leave a comment about, the whole scenario with Washington. And what do you think can be done that can improve instead of hurt? Give me a positive opinion, something positive that you think could help Washington. I think that if we could focus on doing more positive things, no matter where you're at, that could help. And I'm not saying, just be positive and it's going to get rid of all the crimes and the drugs and all that. No. But if you harp on somebody, if you belittle and all this, that don't help neither. And obviously just arresting these guys over and over, that's not solving the problem. You've got repetitive criminals. They get arrested, then they go to court, they do their time, they get out, and they go right back. It's a cycle that just goes over and over. So what do you think? What can help Washington? Let's move on to the next little piece of news. We're going to talk about border control. Mr. Trump has made it very clear about the border. Have a listen.
Trump also led a border security roundtable where he made a shocking claim about the United States, a country founded and built by immigrants. Take a listen.
So, as I say, and this is our new statement, the system is full. Can't take you anymore. Whether it's asylum, whether it's anything you want, it's illegal immigration, can't take you anymore. We can't take you. Our country is full. Our area is full. The sector is full. Can't take you anymore. I'm sorry. Can't happen. So turn around. That's the way it is.
NBC's Jay Gray is down in California with the U.S. president today, and he joins us now.
A lot of what was said here kind of fell by the wayside. The president did say that he feels confident that Mexico is doing a better job of really taking care of illegal immigration, of drug trafficking, and gang violence along the border, at least for the last 4 days, according to the president. And that's why he says that he withdrew his strategy to shut down the border. Now, remember, it all comes with an ultimatum. He says he may still do that in 12 months if things aren't significantly better, or that he may institute high tariffs on trade here. Of course, Mexico, the third largest trade partner with the U.S.
So what's been the reaction to Trump's visit so far?
We saw, as you often see when the president travels, supporters and protesters on the ground here, and lively debate between the two, but all very civil here. A lot of people frustrated, and more importantly, a lot of people on both sides of this barrier very concerned about what could happen next. They still believe that the president could, at a whim, decide to close things down here, and that would be, according to those who live here, devastating, that it would be a death knell if it lasted more than a few days here because of the significant interaction between the two sides.
I'll tell you, there's so many different opinions on this, and it's such a gray area. It really is, because there are a lot of families that are trying to come into the United States, and obviously they can't. They're trying. Some make it through. But now it's just, the border has really, really strengthened up all the security down there. Really almost every borderline that you could come across to come into the United States. We've really made our border much more secure than what it used to be. Is this going to be a fix? I don't know. Do I agree that, innocent babies and children are suffering from this? No. But before you judge on what I just said, let me say this. These parents with their children, well, first of all, we don't know what really they go through. We don't know their situation from family to family. The one thing that I don't agree with is seeing families broken up and split apart because of this. And that's what's happening, because their children are being left behind. There's been so many horrible things happening. The one thing that I want to say is this, and I know this don't change a damn thing, and I know that, but these parents, they know what they're getting ready to put their children through. And they know, guys, they know the consequences. If they don't have the legal papers to be in our country, why push on our border to get us to break and let you in? Why? Are other countries doing that for us? You know, the United States, I really feel this way. We do a lot for a lot of people. And I think that's something that doesn't get looked at as much. Look how much we do for other countries. Look how much we've done for other countries. I mean, I do think that we need to mind our own business and keep our nose out of, other countries' problems. Now, when it comes down to nuclear and stuff like that, yeah, we've got to involve ourselves, because if we don't, we're going to get hit. We are going to get hit. There are some countries that are mad at us, that hate us, and that want to see the United States crumble. They want to see us crumble. They want to see us fall. Anyways, I'm getting way off topic here. Back to the whole situation with families. The parents are doing this to the children, not us. We're not the ones doing this. And everybody's getting mad at everybody else, but it's the parents. The parents need to take responsibility and take ownership on what they're putting their families through. If you know that it's a bad idea to try to cross the border, and you know what the consequences are, and you know what might happen, why do you try? Go somewhere else. Go somewhere else. There's got to be more options than just, no, I got to get to the United States. I got to get there now. I got to get there. I got to get the money. I got to get the medical. I got to get the doctors. You got to get the medicine. We didn't pick this. We didn't put you through this to begin with. So why are we the bad guys for saying, no, you can't come across? If they're not in the United States and the border says, hey, you don't got papers, you're not coming in. That shouldn't make us bad. Now, do I agree the way that everything's happening? No. Do I agree that children are being hurt? Families are being torn apart? No, I don't agree with it. I don't, guys. And I don't want anybody to think, oh, God, now he's one of them that's at Trump's feet licking his ankles. No, I'm not. Because I don't agree with Trump either on every little move he makes. But if you go back to election, when Trump said we are going to take care of our borders, everybody supported it. Everybody was for it. And now that it's happening, a lot of people, the same people that supported what he said during the election, are now madder than hell at him. The media, guys, listen, media makes things look 100 times worse than what it is to begin with. They're going to show you them families on camera. They're going to show you the bloody situations on camera if they can get away with it. Because that is going to fall back on Mr. the one and only okay? I don't know. I mean, I think that the families that are here, I don't think that they should be torn apart. I think that we need to try to figure out a way to help the families that are already here instead of saying, well, nope, you're not legal, you're out. You know, maybe try to find a way to help them to become legal. I don't know. Such a gray area. And it's so unfortunate for the kids. But the parents know what the heck they're doing. They know what the hell they're about to put their family through. And I get it. Mexico's got problems. They got crime and they got this and they got that. That's not our fault. We didn't cause that. Evidently, Mexico needs to get their shit together. If they was running their country the right way, they wouldn't have that problem. If they was running their country the right way, they wouldn't have all the problems that they got. Look, if you got a bad leader, you're going to have a bad country. If you got a irresponsible leader, you're going to have irresponsible people. That's just the way it is. Now, I'm not saying we have a perfect leader. By no means. I'm not saying that Donald Trump is perfect in everything that he does, because he's not. I think that he's made some really wild decisions. Wild. Just far out. Ridiculous. And I could go all day about Donald Trump. I mean, I could keep going and going and going and going and going. But I'm not. What is your thoughts about the border control? What do you guys think about it? How do you feel about these families trying to come in? What do we do? Do we keep on bringing them in when we really don't have the room for them to continue to come in? I mean, guys, there's thousands and thousands of families pouring in to the borders. So what do we do? What do we do? That's the question. What do we do to handle it? Whoa. My audio just kind of went for a loopity-loop there. What the heck is going on here? I don't know what's going on. Let me fix this. But number one, did that fix it? There we go. Is that better? I think that's better. What do y'all think? Are we good? No. How about that? No. I'm echoing. Wow. Anyway, I say this. Number one, we need a better president, not Trump. You have failed. Well, I don't know if you failed, but I believe Donald Trump has lost my vote. And I won't get into that. If you'd like me to get into that, I can definitely have a full-fledged, open panel. Come on, speak how you feel about Donald Trump. Speak how you feel about the United States. Speak how you feel about immigration. Speak how you feel about border control. Speak how you feel about criminal justice. Speak how you feel about juveniles and juvenile detention and whatever. Let's do an open panel. What y'all say? I'm going to leave it up to you. And you got to remember, guys, it's hard to do, but try not to judge somebody for having a different opinion. Okay? Because some of you might not even agree about what I said about, you know, these families need to turn around and go a different way. But, whoa. What the heck's going on here? I think someone might be messing with my buttons. Seriously. See? There it goes again. Dagnabbit. That's funny, buddy. Get out of here, Ralph, right now. All right. I got to go, everybody. Guess I ain't allowed to come in the lounge. Well, you can, just not today. Go on. But no, I want to hear. Let me say bye. Daggone. Give me this microphone. Hey, everybody. I just want to say hello, and, well, I guess I got to say goodbye. I'll talk to you some other time and everything. Anyways, we're going to have a live panel, guys. Let me know what you think. When do you want to have this panel? I want to see what is good for you guys. How about a Saturday? 6 on Saturday. How you like that? The 6th day of the week at 6 p.m. No, I'm not going for the 3 numbers or nothing there, so don't be thinking, oh, wow, what's this guy doing? Dun-dun, dun-dun, all right, anyways, I'm out of here. I think we need to stay tight on our borders. I don't think that it's our responsibility to take care of other families. I'm not saying that, that I agree what these children are going through, because I don't. They need to be with their family regardless, no matter what. No matter if their family's here or if their family's there, they need to be with their families. There's no positive thing out of a broken family. So, that, I could go all day about things about that, but we're going to end this for now. I think Donald Trump needs to have a heart, though, and not be so cold about it, but we need to be firm on our borders. If you don't got the papers to come in our country, stay out. Because what if it was us going there? What would you all do to us? Yeah. Different story, different scenario. I don't think so. Y'all give us a thumbs up. Leave your comments below on what you think about it. I really do hope, that families can stay safe no matter what happens. I don't want to see no one get hurt. I don't want to see any more blood. I'm tired of seeing blood. Let's find a way to make things peaceful, not bloody. Anyway, give us a thumbs up, y'all. Hit the subscribe button. Join us here at the lounge. Hit that notification, that little bell right there. That will set your notifications so that every now and then you might get a notification. YouTube, you need to get your together, brother.